But I just want to share from Proverbs 19:21. And it says this here. It says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's the purpose of God or the Lord that prevails." That was a verse given to me a number of years ago. I'm someone who likes to make plans, to be in control, to know what I'm going to be doing. And there's been many times in my life where I've just been reminded again that actually it's not about my plans and the things that I'm wanting to do. It's God's plans. It's His purpose that prevails ultimately. And right now, our world has got a little bit crazy, and that's maybe an understatement to say that. But life has changed for all of us now, and we've had to learn to adapt to the way things are. We're stuck at home with our families. Maybe you are cracking up, maybe just wanting to escape the house for a few hours. But we're stuck at home. Who would have thought we would be missing school as much as we are? We're unable to meet up with our friends, maybe not able to see your boyfriend or girlfriend. You're not able to go out for a coffee. I'm someone who loves coffee, but having to have coffee dates by myself, or maybe a coffee date or meet with a friend over Zoom. But all these things that we enjoy doing, the plans that we love to make, they've all been changed, haven't they? Just before lockdown started. But if I'm being honest, I do like change, but only in small amounts. And that's if I still have some sort of control over the outcome. But maybe some of you thrive on change. You are enjoying this stage right now. Maybe you're a very adaptable person. But being comfortable, it can also be dangerous. But now there's been so many things just thrown into all our plans, and change comes just with its own challenges, with the different things that are happening all at once. And right now, my plans, your plans, the entire world's plans, everyone's having to adapt just to make room for all these things that are changing. And we can get really frustrated with maybe the direction that we're being moved in right now. Maybe some of you are at home right now and you're just frustrated that you can't come down to Ignite and get to hang out with your friends and the leaders on a Friday night, and that is frustrating. But life is always going to be full of changes. It's always going to be full of challenges. Things don't always work out the way we want them to. Even if you're the most adaptable person in the world, life is going to continue to bring change to us as we journey through life. And that verse that I shared at the beginning, Proverbs 19:21, the message says it like this. It says, we humans, we keep brainstorming options and plans, but God's purpose prevails. And what we need to store in our hearts, just in the midst of change, whether it's good or bad change, is that it's God's purpose that prevails. Try as we might, we cannot avoid change. But whenever it's from Him, it's always going to be good. Whenever God brings change into our lives, into our situations, whenever He's doing a work in our life and our heart, it's for our good. Hebrews 13 verse 8, it says this, Jesus Christ, He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And so the one constant thing, that we have in our life, for those of us who have trusted in Jesus, the one constant thing that we have is that He doesn't change. He never has, and He never will change. God doesn't change. When everything else is around us is changing, when our plans, the whole world, your future, God is still constant. Elsewhere in the Bible it says this, I am the Lord and I do not change. So hopefully that's of a encouragement to you. But I want to leave a wee challenge there as well. If you are a Christian, I want to encourage you to keep trusting in God at this time, even whenever it's maybe that little bit more difficult. Maybe you're unable to get down to EGR, EBR, or Ignite, or to church, or to SU groups in school, and it's a bit harder for you to do that. Keep trusting in God. There's a verse in the Bible where it says, draw near to me and I will draw near to you. Use this season of change, when everything else has been taken away, to get into God's Word, to draw near to Him. Imagine what we would look like as Christians, as followers of Jesus, as we exited this period of lockdown and we just spent this time drawing near to God, and through that He draws near to us. Imagine the difference it would make to the relationship that we have with our friends who are not Christians, or family members who are not Christians, if we spent this time well by just drawing near to God, and then we would be really ready and equipped just to go out and live for Him and serve Him once we get to connect with everyone again. But if you're not a Christian, I want to challenge you as well. James 4 verse 14, it says this. It says, "How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like a mist that appears for a little while and then it vanishes." And here James is saying to us, we don't know what our life is going to be like tomorrow. And we can make all these plans. I'm someone who loves to make plans for things that might never happen. And James is saying, we are not guaranteed tomorrow. And our life is just like something that is here for a little while. It vanishes like the mist. It's gone. But for me, who is a Christian, I know the one thing that I am guaranteed of, because I've trusted in Jesus. I know because I have trusted in Him, my hope, my future with Him in heaven is secure. And I want to encourage you and challenge you to think about that as well. If you haven't yet trusted in Jesus, when everything else can change, Jesus is someone who is the same. And for me as a Christian, I know that is something that won't change for me, that hope and guarantee that I have of spending eternity with Him. So hopefully that will have been of an encouragement, of a challenge to you just this evening. We miss you. We would love to be hanging out tonight with you all down at Ignite. But I want you to stay safe, stay connected, and hopefully we'll all see you again soon. God bless.